NVIDIA's RTX 5060 Ti just leaked, and it's 33% slower than a 5070 for barely any savings. What are we even doing? Also, a 5070 caught fire from one bent pin. Cable hit 150 degrees Celsius. Ew. Meanwhile, someone's $3,000 5090 is coil whining like a haunted microwave, and it still works somehow. Limited Run is dropping a Doom playing box for $666. Hell yeah. You know the drill. Let's get into it. All right, guys. So Limited Run Games just dropped the most hellishly metal collector's edition ever. Check this out. All right. The $666 box. Now, I'm going to show you the handheld that comes with this. This looks like a nightmare. Also kind of cool at the same time. Check this out. The legendary Will It Run Doom saga sees a new contender. They went with a box this time, and it's far from ordinary cardboard. This is $666. 3 physical game copies of Doom 1 and Doom 2, a Keiko Demon figure, and trading cards, just to name a couple things. And they're limited to, you guessed it, 666 copies of this bad boy. I think I've seen this a couple of times. You've seen people take Doom and turn them into like the weirdest variations of the game. People have made Microsoft Word versions of Doom. Also, someone has taken like an actual PDF and turned it into a Doom game. All right, this latest offering features a trifecta of Doom experiences with the standard edition, a retro big box, but the real showstopper is this Will It Run edition. On arrival, you'll be greeted by a box that is said to play Doom. Now, they're not talking a whole lot about specs on this thing. I'm going to show you it right now. Look at this handheld Keiko Demon. Look at this. This thing is insane. And the teeth, by the way, so you see these little teeth, how they're kind of, outlined. That's because they're buttons. This looks sick. I'm guessing the gameplay on it probably sucks, I would imagine. But that's not what it's about, right? What it's about is spending $666. If you got the scratch and you're a big Doom fan, that's very, very cool. You get the trading cards that come with it too. Also, guys, check it out. These trading packs hold 5 random cards, and you might just pull an autographed Keiko Demon card. And you've got a beautiful certificate of authenticity that means, hey, I love Doom. I love Doom so much I spent $666 on Meatwad from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and I'm going to be playing him. Pretty cool if you're a Doom fan. Check it out. Imagine you're walking up to a crosswalk in Silicon Valley. You hit the button, right? But instead of hearing the beep, you hear Mark Zuckerberg confessing to cooking our grandparents' brains with AI slop. Crosswalks in Silicon Valley hacked to play satirical messages from Elon Musk and Zuckerberg sound-alikes. But what's more even concerning is that people are able to hack some of our public utilities and crosswalks. Let's get into this. A number of Silicon Valley crosswalks were hacked to sound like U.S. big tech broligarchs. Reports are that people pressing crosswalk wait buttons in certain areas, including Palo Alto, heard messages featuring Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg sound-alikes. It isn't just the voices that have been changed. Instead of the possibly useful warnings about, freaking traffic and crossing the street, you have vocal caricatures of famous tech leaders delivering messages laced with satire.
Hi, this is Elon Musk. Welcome to Palo Alto, the home of Tesla engineering. They say money can't buy happiness, and yeah, okay, I guess that's true. God knows I've tried, but it can buy a Cybertruck, and that's pretty sick, right?
It was limited to 12 locations. They are on it. They fixed it. Some sad news. City officials have disabled the voice announcement features of the crosswalks for now. Are you able to change traffic signaling? Two-way green lights is like a really, really bad and dangerous idea, but thankfully traffic signaling wasn't affected. Let's dig into the comments on this. It's normal to feel uncomfortable or even violated as we forcefully insert AI into every facet of your conscious experience. I just want to assure you don't need to worry because there's absolutely nothing you can do to stop it. This was one of the Zuckerberg flavored messages on the crosswalk. Are we sure it's AI and it wasn't just Mark Zuckerberg speaking? Are we sure? Guys, it turns out that even a 5070 can burst into flames due to user error. So let's break down right freaking now why just one wire went full volcano mode on this card. Check it out. User reports melted power cable after using GeForce RTX 5070 graphics card. Check this out. Ooh. Yep. Look at that. It's a melty boy, huh? Well, we've got another case of a melted power cable involving the new graphics card series equipped with the 12-volt high power connector. However, this particular case is specifically about the power cable, not the connector, which is melted. This is a Twitter user who posted several videos showing this brand new system equipped with the Zotac RTX 5070 as well as Seasonic. Seasonic is rad. They make probably the best power supplies out there. Some users commenting on the post on Twitter noticed that the power connector has one of the pins pushed back, which might have caused some power distribution issues. Now, Der Bauer demonstrated that one of the 12-volt cables was seen to carry a higher power than other cables, showing a massive temperature increase up to 150 degrees Celsius. Power supply side has not been affected by the problem. Even if a single cable had all the power, it would still be lower than in that case. The user is using a GX750 from Seasonic. Now, what's important is it's the Focus series. One of the GPU connector pins is clearly not exposed. Perhaps it was pushed when the cable was inserted, or perhaps it was a manufacturing error. It's simply not possible to say from these pictures. Okay, so this has to do a lot with what a lot of people were saying on Twitter, that this pushed back power connector may have had something to do with it. Looking through the pictures and videos this guy posted, what appears to have happened is the power pin was pushed back in the socket, probably a manufacturing defect coupled with the high insertion force of these plugs, far enough to short against one of the sense pins. The short resulted in almost instantaneous melting when you turn the PC on. I'm a bit surprised the power supply's OCP didn't trip, but maybe the poor connection from the pin being pushed back may have kept the current just under that level. Now, I'm guessing this is probably a mix of a few things. It's probably a little bit of user error mixed with, I have no idea. But what I really want to know is, are any of you rocking the 5070? Are your cables safe? Let me know down below. Guys, the RTX 5060 performance leaks have dropped, and it's not what you think it might be. Leaked RTX 5060 Ti 16 gig benchmarks show a 20% uplift over the 4060 Ti. And the side note, around 30% slower than the RTX 5070. Okay. Primary test results of the RTX 5060 Ti, this is the 16 gig version of the card in 3D Mark, have leaked. Where we see the new GPU stride 20% ahead of the RTX 4060 Ti. I would hope so. It's a new generation card. This data was likely sourced from a reviewer, so it should be indicative of the card's performance in these specific synthetic tests. Still, as these numbers are not official, tread lightly, because they're rumors, boys and girls. Rumor is just a disclaimer, so you don't get mad at me later. I know the comments on, man, whatever algo we're hitting, you guys are angry. We've got the April 16th launch date, which is, oh my gosh, coming right the frick up. Carrying the genes of its predecessor, the 5060 Ti will have the 8 and 16 gigabyte flavors of the card, with, of course, the 16 being more expensive, because why not? It's got more VRAM. You will pay more money and you'll enjoy it. Both GPUs are said to feature the same GB206 300A1 core with 4608 CUDA cores and a standard 128-bit memory interface. Now, this is kind of interesting. When it comes to reviewers and testing, NVIDIA has a lot of control over what they send. And you will not be surprised to find out that NVIDIA is restricting AIB partners from sending out 8 gig models of this card for testing. So reviews, when you see reviews on this card, are probably all going to be based on the 16 gigabyte version of the card. Now, why? Because there's a big gap between those two cards in terms of performance. 8 to 16 gigs. Duh, obviously. They've also got some leaked Geekbench tests. That's a 14% delta between the two cards. So it just kind of depends on what you're going to be using the card for the most part. Now, this is where things get spicy when comparing to the RTX 5070. The 5060 Ti 16 gig trails the RTX 5070 by almost 33%, which is significant gap, but not so different from what we saw between the 4060 Ti and the 4070. The big thing is you've got a potential, we talked about this last video, RX 9070 GRE on the horizon. What are we doing in this card class? Because this is kind of this mid-range gaming card. Now, by the time this video comes out, let me know what you're seeing around the internet. And if you're interested in this card, or again, AMD is looking really, really good this year. And I know a lot of you have made the switch. Let me know if you're one of those folks down below. And finally, you drop $3,000 on an RTX 5090. You expect peak performance. But instead, what do you get? You get a Coil Whine, baby, while you're watching Netflix. According to a Reddit thread, it looks like one of the RTX 5090 tough graphics cards from ASUS suffered from a strange issue. Apparently, one of the capacitors had popped. Now, the good news is this card still works. but it's no longer a pleasure to use. GPU works, just has Coil Whine while watching Netflix, and that's where I inspected my PC and noticed my graphics card producing Coil Whine and saw this cap exposed. 4 to 5 a.m. at night. Believe me or not, I believe you. I've had those nights. The last thing you want to deal with is some Coil Whine on your graphics card you sold your kidney to buy. Plastic casing may only be physically damaged, exposing the capacitor. That's probably what's happened here. As the name suggests, Coil Whine doesn't really come from capacitors, so it's unlikely that it's the direct reason for the increased noise. Perhaps other components are also damaged, which would be very unfortunate and very interesting as the card still works. So going through RMA, got to wait for a diagnosis and repairs on that bad boy. You hate to see it on a 4090, guys. Guys, that's going to do it for today. I know a lot of you are new here. Really, if you like the content or you'd like to keep up with it, hit that subscribe button, throw a like, and in the comments down below, highly interested in knowing when the last time you upgraded a part on your computer is and what that component was. I recently went to the 9950 X3D in this one. But that's my last big upgrade. I'll talk to you next time. Hope you enjoy these videos. I have a lot of fun putting them together. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Peace.